Hi guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I take photos for my business page. A lot of the photos I take are like with my iPhone, so I'm gonna be filming on my camera and then I'll kind of like screen record so you guys get a better idea of like what I do. But yeah, that's basically what it's going to be about today. I actually posted a video like this before, but I'm gonna do like an updated one, so we're just gonna get into it. I will say one thing I try to do is I always want to make sure I'm taking photos in natural light. So there's a big like window right in front of me, so I'm gonna set all my props up basically right in front of it, so you can go in your living room, your bedroom, wherever there's like the most light. And then I basically use some kind of background. So if you have like it can even be like cardstock paper, you can go to the dollar store, get like a big piece of like paper. I use like this big white box and I just kind of tape the sides, and it's like completely white on the inside, so it's the perfect place to shoot all of my like flat lays. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm just gonna like set that up, and then I'm gonna grab any props I have and I'll show you guys the props I'm gonna use in a bit. This is what I use. Like I said, you can use like any backdrop, but I use this. Fun fact, if you follow my TikTok, you would know that I posted a TikTok like a couple months ago basically saying my vendor gave me the wrong shipment and they gave me a bunch of these like surprise boxes. So I basically decided to just use a few of them because I realized they would be a really good backdrop. So I kept a few. And yeah, I actually still have a bunch of them, but I don't really know what to do with them. So I basically just tape the sides. There's like a bunch of tape on it already, it's kind of chewed out, but I just tape the sides so that when I'm shooting, it's kind of like a studio, low-key, so it looks like that. And obviously like I just don't shoot so you just see like the words just like on this wall. So I'm basically gonna just tape it and then I'll show you guys what I do after that. Okay, so basically for props, this is all the stuff that I got. So I got new packaging, so I just grabbed some of like the new packaging so I can shoot with it. And I have this, I use this in like so many of my pictures. I'm gonna be using this little stand here, and it's perfect because I can place rings in here. Okay guys, so basically I set everything up. This is what it's looking like. It looks kind of like a hot mess, but I'm basically gonna just record the rest on my phone just so you guys have a better view of what I'm doing because my camera will not be able to pick up everything. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. I'll give you guys some tips on how I take my photos. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave the camera here and then I'm gonna shoot, but I'll like record everything on my phone so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, we're just gonna start. So basically, I'm gonna shoot with like my new packaging and stuff first. So this is what like the setup looks like, by the way. I think it looks really good. The lighting is really nice. It's not too bright. So I'm just gonna already put all my packaging in the new stuff. So I'm gonna lay it out in some like a strategic way that just looks like pleasing. One thing I will say is you want to make sure you have a lot of white, like negative space. At least that's how I like my photos to look, very like Pinteresty and like just very pleasing to the eye when it's on your whole feed. So I'm just gonna take a couple right now and I'm just gonna play around with it. Like essentially you're just playing around with it. You just want to see what works, and yeah. So I'm just gonna keep messing around with it. And I like high angles. You can also do lower angles like that as well. And like obviously there's a line here, so like I just want to make sure that line is not there. So just really strategically, you know, taking your photos, you can go a little lower like that. It's really all about the angles, because once you get the angles down, then like you're unstoppable and you can literally do anything. But yeah, so I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just do one with like the two silver pieces like that. And then you can also adjust the lighting on your phone, so you can click little square. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this already, but if you don't, it'll just help adjust the brightness. So if you want it a little more moody, you can go a little darker. If you want a little brighter, you can you know, adjust the exposure. So I'm a little bit darker. Okay, so basically I have that done. I'm kind of over this because I actually took some more earlier, so I think for that it's pretty good. But even if you have items that are like in a, like not even in a baggie, like you can do the same technique I just showed you. I also recommend taking pictures like with your packaging so people know what they're receiving. So I'm just gonna kind of do something really similar. I'm gonna place the box down And then I'm gonna just like put a bunch of these inside of it, almost like it's like coming out. So that looks really, really good. And the lighting looks really natural too. But anyway, so I'm taking the product and then I'm just gonna layer it down like on this. Honestly, literally just laying it down like any old way. Just so it looks kind of like, I don't know, cool. This chain is low-key kind of stiff. I don't know why. There we go. So that looks really clean, and I'm also going to show you guys how I edit my photos because I think that's a really big part of it, because editing your photos can literally turn a photo that looks like crap to like amazing. So it's very minimalist. I think I should have wiped this down a little bit more just because it's not super clean, but it's okay. Photoshop. So as you can see, I'm doing kind of like a bird's eye view, but then at a slight angle, just so that I can really see the jewelry pieces. Also, do not be afraid to zoom in. Zooming in is like, you know, a good thing, because you can see the photo a lot better. Even zooming in and like cropping the photo once you're done, I like to do that just to kind of get a different kind of vibe throughout your feed. So I'm gonna go like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going like that, and I'm just cutting it off ever so slightly. Honestly, I don't even want my shirt to show because it kind of ruins the vibe. So I'm going like that. And obviously you can play around with the brightness, you know, if you want a little brighter. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. I basically took all the photos and now I'm just gonna go ahead and edit them. The apps I like to use for editing is Lightroom, which is completely free. And then I used to use Facetune. I used to use like the whiten feature, the like sharpen feature, the contrast, whatever feature, but it really wasn't the best. I feel like Lightroom has a lot more options you can use. So I'm gonna choose one photo to edit. I'm gonna choose this like necklace one right here. So we're gonna choose to edit this one. This little necklace one right here. So the first thing I like to do is I like to brighten it up, especially because this one looks kind of like dull. I want to brighten it up, so I'm gonna like adjust the exposure, and honestly I just play around with this. I already have a vibe, so to speak, for my feed, so I try to just keep that going, so I already know what I'm trying to achieve. If you don't know what you're trying to achieve or like the look you're going for, try to get inspo from Pinterest or look at other brands and kind of see what kind of aesthetic or vibe your brand is really going towards, and stick with it, because I think consistency is really important. So we're just gonna keep editing this. And honestly, I love editing silver items more because they just pop. Like whenever I take pictures of my silver items, they just look really good. So basically just gonna do that. Oh, now I'm gonna go into the app I use to plan my posts. Planoly is like my next best favorite thing. This basically just schedules my posts. So if you are you know, a high school student, university student, you got a full-time job, you got responsibilities, or you're just trying to, you know, free up your time and focus on other things in your business, I would recommend this app. I pay for this app right now just because it's beneficial to me. They do have a free version. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is just me. I really like this app. But they have a free version where I think you get like 30 scheduled posts per month. And I used to use that before, but then I'm like, no, I just need to like buy it because I need more. So this is what I use now. So basically this is what the app looks like. So you can literally create the caption, put the hashtags, you can tag people in the photo, and you can schedule it for days, weeks ahead. If it is a scheduled post, it's gonna have a little S in the blue corner, or it's gonna have a little S in a blue square at the top left corner. So you basically can write your caption, and then you can add hashtags. You can make hashtags, so you don't have to like constantly write them by hand. You literally just go add, and then it'll add the whole hashtag list. That's what I use. It's super easy. You can tag people. It auto posts to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. This is the paid version. I think the regular version, it's just to Instagram and Facebook, I think, or maybe it's just Instagram. I'm not too sure. And then you can schedule your posts. So they also give you times that are like the best to post at. So they have this grid quick schedule, which is also helpful, but I find the timing didn't really work for me personally with my audience. But basically, if I wanted to schedule a post like for today, I would go like that. I would press, let's say YouTube video, I don't know. And then I would just go to hashtag and I would add hashtag, and then I would save. Oh, okay, so I have to crop now. I have to crop the photo so that it's like, I don't know why it does that. Let me see. Okay, so I'll save it. And then once it says it's scheduled, it's gonna have this little S in the corner. I'm not scheduling, that's not gonna be my caption. So I'm gonna unschedule that. But that's basically how you use it. Basically just plan everything. And if you guys do notice on my page, I'm gonna go to my Instagram really quickly. On my page, I have a lot of like filler photos, and what those are photos that aren't necessarily like your products. So they can be outfit inspiration, it could be like interiors, it could be anything that kind of revolves around your brand. Personally, for my brand, I like to focus around fashion, all things that are just aesthetic, like nice clean interiors, you know, little coffee drinks, like that's just kind of the vibe. That's the vibe, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's who my target audience, it's like things my target audience really likes, and it attracts the exact like age range I'm trying to attract. So by doing these things, it really creates an image, and it creates kind of like this brand identity where people can really identify themselves and see themselves wearing your products. And I think it's all a part of it. So yeah, that's basically how I take my Instagram pictures, how I edit them, how I upload them. So all in all, I think it's really important to say that, you know, your Instagram, your social media feeds, your website should all be cohesive. So these little things, although they may seem really small, in the end, in like the grand scheme of things, it's very important, because someone who's coming to your website can't physically touch your product. So you want to make it as enticing and as nice as possible for them. And yeah, that's basically how I do everything. I hope this was in-depth enough. If not, and if you guys still have any more questions about how I take my photos, how I edit, how I upload, please let me know. I'd love to help you guys with that. This is a place for all of us to grow, because I want all of us to win in the end. And I really want to help you guys and share some of my knowledge that I've learned throughout the past year. So yeah, that's basically going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.